Hey there, I'm Kevin Downey from Kevin M. Downey. Thanks so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it. In this video, I want to talk about our blue chip recruiting program offering, how we go about finding the best sales and business development talent for clients across the country. What it costs, what's involved, our process, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to stay focused on that here in this video. Again, thanks for being here. Really quick, it probably helps if I just go to our program PDF, blue chip recruiting program. Really simple. We run one recruiting program with two rates. It's really simple. Rack rate is $9,500, one-time placement fee. You pay no money up front when we go out and find talent for you, right? All you have to do is sign proposal and we'll get to work. You don't owe us anything, right? We go find the best talent, bring it to you for you to interview. You work with a dedicated recruiter in my agency and you interview. And if you make a hire, then you owe us, right? Then we send an invoice. Okay. We have two rates, however. The first is our rec rate, $9,500. That's a one-time placement fee. Okay. And then we offer a 50% discounted rate of $4,750. And that is for when we're recruiting exclusively from our RTG candidate pool that is ready to go. Okay. And those are our remote candidates that we have recruited that are doing work from home. They won't travel. We can't choose specific location or geography or very specific industry experience, but you're looking for remote inside sales or business development talent, the best of the best that you can find in the United States or from 48 countries in Latin America. That's the candidate pool that is our RTG candidate pool. Okay. We're recruiting all day, every day. We get between 100 and say 250 a day inbound from our marketing. We run them through our Aptive Index assessment to assess if they're built for sales and what type of sales they are built for. And then your recruiter will work with you to identify the best talent from that pool, send it to you for interview, you interview, and then make your hire. Okay. If, however, you want to, we go back to our main, our rack rate. If you want us to recruit your specific location, say Chicago, Illinois, you want an outside rep in a specific territory, so they have to be there. You want very specific industry experience, then that's going to be our standard rate of $9,500 one-time placement fee, because we are obviously customizing all of our marketing and all of our recruiting efforts specifically for your role. A lot more involved, a lot more cost, a lot more time. Okay, and therefore, it's a lot. That's our standard rate. Okay. What does it look like? You get a dedicated recruiter, online candidate dashboard. Again, you pay after you hire. We run all the candidates through Aptive Index. You build custom prospect list if you're a B2B client. One-on-one rep training with me, building their business development process, scripting, voicemail script, cold email, all that stuff. And then a 60-day rep replacement guarantee. So you have to replace them within 60 days. For 60 days, we'll replace them at no cost. Okay? So that's our blue chip recruiting program. Let's take a look at a few screens really quick. This is what a candidate dashboard looks like. Okay, name, city, and state. This is a remote position in this case. Recruiter rating, some notes, their match on Aptive Index for the particular job. I'll show you that in a second. Cold calling experience, very important for a lot of our B2B positions. Resume. First year OTE comp requirement. That's what they got to make first year bare minimum total. All right. And then education. Okay. And then contact information is on there and all that stuff. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at Aptive Index. And really quick, what are we doing and what are we using it for? If you haven't taken it, by the way, there's a link on our website. Take Aptive Index. If you haven't taken it, take it. It is amazing. It takes 8 to 10 minutes. It will blow you away. Got to take it. It's going to measure motivational drives. Why is that important? Because that tells us what kind of job is their website, right? If you want to know who their competition is, look no further than the first, couple on the competitive analysis page, right? But this is like the 3.0 version in terms of the science and the AI, which I cover in other videos. The AI will blow your mind. It's like amazing. Okay. So why is this all important? Well, we've got some standard sales positions that we work from to build every client position in Aptive Index when we're running the blue chip recruiting program. When we run our RTG candidate pool, we run them all through Aptive Index, and then we actually get their match percentage for, primarily we're focused on farmer sales, hunter sales, and BDR, because that's the primary roles that we're recruiting for clients. Okay. When we're doing custom recruiting under blue chip for you, then we run them, we build a custom job for you, and it looks like this. Okay. Base positions we work from for almost everything in sales: SDR, farmer sales, one call closer, hunter sales, and BDR. One call closers is a B2C sales position. I talk about that in other videos. That's not a B2B thing. SDR can be B2B or B2C. That's a rep that deals almost exclusively with inbound leads. Okay. So let's focus on 3 today: farmer, hunter, and BDR. Okay, BDR, pure unadulterated outbound to generate leads and appointments for sales. Okay, farmer sale, that's your prototypical sales rep. That's an account executive or account manager. They go get the customer, and then they keep the customer. They keep selling to them. They have a regular ongoing sales relationship with that customer. They're either cross-selling, they're upselling, they're filling an inventory, whatever. Okay, that's farmer sales rep. All right, hunter sales model in a company is a sales rep who goes out and gets the customer, but they don't really deal with the customer on a day-to-day basis. The fulfillment or everything for that customer, it is dealt with for the customer and within your company is dealt with by a different group of people, a person or a group of people. Hunter sales rep gets paper and they're basically done. They may touch base once a year, twice a year, see how you doing. Right, Johnny, how you doing? All right, it's Kevin from Kevin Downey, whatever, right? But they're not dealing with the customer on a regular basis and selling more to them, generally speaking, okay? Why is it important to use Aptive Index? Here's why. Farmer sales reps. So in Aptive Index, and again, I cover this in great detail in other videos, influence, sociability, consistency, precision. For farmer sales, we're wanting high sociability, modern intensity. We want somebody who needs to have the connection with people. They crave it. They have to have it. If they don't have it, they're completely de-energized. Hunter sales model doesn't work for them because they feel like they've just been, the customer walked away from them. They may get the paper, but they're completely lost without having that day-to-day customer connection, taking care of them, right? That's farmer sales rep. Hunter sales rep doesn't want that. Hunter sales reps want to drive the bus, win the game. This profile is very similar to what you will see in CEO type people. It's a little bit different for CEO, but it's similar, right? In the archetype, it's an eagle with an Aptive Index, and there's a bunch of different profiles under eagle. It has 4 main quadrants in Aptive Index, and then there's like 4 to 5 to 6 underneath each quadrant. Okay, one of the quadrants is the archetype is eagle. Okay, that's what a hunter sales rep is. All right, high influence, sociability, consistency, precision, all in the kind of middle range. High intensity. Why? They want to drive the bus and win the game. They want to control outcomes. They want to control outcomes. They are driven to present and sell, right? They're not built to do cold outreach. They're not business development reps. We're going to look at that in a second. And that's what everybody gets wrong, by the way, in hiring for sales and business development, because they get glued to resume and you end up with a bunch of hunter sales reps that want to win the game, but they don't want to sit there and dial a phone 50 to 150 times a day. That's why everybody doesn't do it. That's why we have all the problems we have in B2B hiring these days for sales, right? And that's why this is so important. They got to match up. They've got the motivational drives. It's got to fit the job. Otherwise, they're not going to do it. They're going to fail. Even if they have the talent. Doesn't matter how much you pay them. They don't want to do it, right? They don't want to do cold outreach. It's not what these guys are built for. They want to sell. And it's different today than 30, 40 years ago. 30, 40 years ago, you could hit boots on the ground. You could go to visit 30 places and talk to 15 decision makers. You could be presenting all day long. Yeah, that's not the case anymore. Too hard to find decision makers, get a hold of them, all that stuff. That's why our B2B sales team structures are changing, right? And I talk about that again at length in other videos. Okay. BDR. What's BDR? Business development representative. Pure unadulterated outbound in B2B. Generating leads and appointments for sales. Or an owner. Small business. Influence, sociability, consistency, precision. Decent sociability, high consistency. They gotta crave the pattern. 50 to 150 dials a day manually. Put them on a dialer, it's hundreds, right? Which we don't do very much anymore. Low emotional resonance, low moderate emotional resonance, no low moderate intensity. Why? Because they have to be able to shake off all of the voicemails and the negatives that they're going to get in cold outreach. We all know that's true, right? It's hard, right? We need them to shake that off. Intensity, moderate, low, right? Consistency is the key. A little bit of sociability, right? They gotta want it a little bit. Can't have it be all the way down here, all the way to the left. But consistency is our key. Pattern, same thing, 50 to 150 times a day. Just keep doing it. Energizer Bunny. That's what we want, right? In a pure, unadulterated BDR role, that's what we want. Okay? All right. So that's what we do when we build that. Also build prospect lists. I dig into this in other videos. Use Apollo primarily. Built 1,000 lists over the last 10 years for clients. Can hone in on any type of business using industries, keywords, all kinds of stuff. Verified email addresses, can focus on titles. We can focus on annual revenue, number of employees, whether or not they have a certain type of person in the company, whatever. All that stuff. Okay. Let's see if I forgot anything about Blue Chip. I don't think so. I think we're good. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. KevinMDowney.com. Schedule calls in the upper right-hand corner. If you want to take Aptive Index, please take it. I am begging you to take it. It is so amazing when you read the report the first time and you look at yourself and you go, oh my gosh, how does that do that in 8 to 10 minutes? And this is if you are familiar with the first couple on this page, take Aptive Index because you'll have enough, you'll have something as a reference point and you're going to read Aptive and you're going to, oh my gosh, the science is amazing. If you're not familiar with motivational drive assessments, it is amazing. It turns on a light bulb in your head that you never even knew was there. Because once you understand motivational drives and how people work and fitting them to the position, just like with sales, everything changes about hiring and about managing people. It's a totally different experience when you understand somebody's motivational drives, which is what it measures. Okay. And I go through the drives at length. And again, I reference another video. I can't cover everything in one video, right? So anyway, thanks for being here today. If you need anything, you want to reach out to us, schedule a call, is right there on our website. And thanks for being here. Best of luck in business, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.